Yaniv, Gabbay here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about renting an apartment or house in Israel. In this video, we're going to discuss searching for a rental, hiring an agent, inspecting the property, and dealing with the conditions in the rental contract. So what information do you need before searching for a rental? You need to know how much you want to spend a month. Keep in mind that utilities, gas, electric, water, internet, the building co-op fee or Gabbay, and the municipality taxes or arnona are almost always on you, the tenant. It's also important to have realistic expectations. For example, if you want to live in the heart of Tel Aviv, it's going to be difficult to find a 5-bedroom beautiful penthouse for 5,000 shekel a month. How do I find properties currently on the market for rent? There are a number of different sites, most notably Yadstein, Janglo, Madlan, and others. Many people also use Facebook groups and other forms of social media. And of course, you can work with your friendly realtor to do all the legwork for you. When is the best time to start looking for a rental? In Israel, things are typically left for the last minute. So looking in January for an August rental is almost always going to be a waste of time. The season really depends on the location. For example, September is a very popular month in an area with a lot of college students. June and July is a hot time, no pun intended, for areas that attract families looking to get settled in before the school year. Should you use an agent? Sure, why not? In properties with roommates or rentals under 4,000 shekel a month, many landlords, certainly those living locally, will opt to rent the property out themselves. But there's no question that a professional, honest agent that specializes in rentals will be of great service to you. Do I need to pay an agent or does the landlord pay a fee? This is not a simple answer. According to the latest laws, if a landlord hires an agent to market the property, that agent can't collect the landlord's commission from the tenant. In some areas, Tel Aviv, a landlord will give exclusive rights to market their apartment for rent, provided that the agent only collects commission from the tenants. This latest amendment to the law attempts to end this. However, in a simple case where a potential tenant calls an agent to show them properties and signs a request for real estate service form, the tenant has hired the agent and is responsible to pay the customary fee, typically 1 month plus VAT. When I look at potential properties for rent, what should I check? So start with the building. Is it well maintained or does it look condemned? This will also tell you a little bit about the neighbors. If the building has a Olympic-sized swimming pool, spa, and his and her mikvah, you're going to want to know what that management fee is every month. You also want to ask if the management fee is expected to increase while you're going to be renting the apartment. Now for the inspection process. Check for mold and water damage or any fresh paint that may conceal that. Turn on the faucets and shower heads. See what the water pressure is like and check the hot water. Look at the floors and ceilings for cracking or sinking. Ask for a history of issues in the property and try speaking to previous tenants about the landlord. Do you need to hire a lawyer to review the contract? And what are the typical conditions in the rental contract? I'm a very big proponent of hiring an attorney to review any contract, certainly when renting a home. Typical conditions for a long-term rental contract are that the renter gives the landlord 12 checks for the agreed rental rate, as well as security checks for the rent in case the renter is in breach of contract, if they destroy the property in any way, if they don't vacate on time, if the renter doesn't pay, etc. Security amount is usually 1 to 2 months. The new law says that it's at most 3 months or a third of the total rental amount, whichever is less. There are also security checks potentially given for any breach of payment for the utilities, and a landlord will often insist on at least one guarantor. The landlord is responsible to fix issues in the apartment. For example, plumbing, hot water, heating, cooling, windows, and so on and so forth. Unless, of course, this was caused by unreasonable usage on the part of the tenant. The owner can put in a 90-day exit clause, and the tenant can give a 60-day notice. Best to discuss this with a professional attorney. Good luck on your search. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't hesitate to contact me.